Welcome to Gay Like Me Conversations, where we discuss all things central to the Black LGBTQ community. You're going to laugh, maybe even cry a bit, and you'll definitely learn and grow.
I am Craig the Writer Stewart. And I am Derek J.
It's time to start the show.
I've always been comfortable talking about sex. I don't know why you get so uncomfortable.
Like, sex is a private matter. You shouldn't be just vocally speaking about
I agree.
sex.
But it's something that we all do, right?
No, we don't all do it. And then on top of that, you're just very raunchy and just like,
I'm just matter of fact. I cut to the chase.
you have no couth about your conversation.
Well, I mean, I have couth, but I just feel like, once you reach a certain level of maturity, because I am a man of a particular age.
What, so, no, let's not say maturity. Let's say a man of a certain age.
Of a particular age.
An older age.
But see, I don't look like what I've been through. But I just always felt like it's important to be able to discuss the things that we engage in, right? And so I felt like if we engage in something as personal as sex, then we should be able to talk about it.
I don't engage in sex.
Well, you doing something.
Not that, though. So, it's just never been a conversation that we had around the house or with my friends. We just never really talked about it. And I kind of stray away from it. So now that we talk about it on a public forum, it really is it's a little stressful for me. But, we here, so let's...
Well, we didn't talk about it in my house either. Now, I was one of those kids where my mom did allow me to watch certain television shows or certain movies, and a sex scene may happen. She didn't, cover my eyes or tell me to get out of the room or anything like that. Now, not straight up porn, but, so I had a comfortable, I guess, exposure to it. So I guess that's part of the reason why I'm comfortable talking about sex.
I don't know. We're here now and we had no choice, so...
Well, let's talk about sex.
Let's talk about sex, G.
Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressors, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart.
And I'm Derek J. And if you guys have watched any of our Gay Like Me conversations, y'all know that talking about sex is not a thing that I like to do. It makes me very, very uncomfortable. So that's why I'm going to sip on this.
Let me give me a sip.
This is
For good measures.
I never had sex. So
Wait. Communication is our partner. Clarity is our friend. What do you mean by that?
I never had sexual intercourse.
Oh, okay. Because I know you've done some things.
Craig, then we had this conversation about
I'm just saying. You're not going to get on here and try to make it seem like you're so pure.
No, I'm not saying
I know you got on your neutral color.
No, first of all, I'm not saying that. I've experienced intimacy.
Okay.
I've experienced sexual encounters.
Intimacy is important.
Yeah, but intercourse is not it. And it just hasn't been...
Is it because you just don't crave it? You're not interested in doing it? Do you know what your role is?
Well, I know what my role is. I don't think I'm a top. So,
you don't think?
I don't. Or you know what I may be.
Right.
I never tried it, but I just don't. I don't know. It's just not. It's nothing I never had an urge to do or want to do.
Well, I do.
Well, I know. You talk about it quite freely. And and honestly, it doesn't look very comfortable.
Sex?
Yeah.
Well, which part?
The bottoming part of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you've never done it, though, so
It looks uncomfortable.
Wait. You mean like in movies and stuff it looks uncomfortable?
Well, or in real life. Like I said, I'm not no prude. Now, I've seen sex.
Oh, I know you have. Because, once upon a time, there was a little dark little chamber, and every time I found myself in that little dark little chamber, you were there.
What dark little chamber you talking
about? The little strip place that they had over there?
Don't say it like that. You say the chamber like we frequent some type of sex.
No. It was a little dark, little dank little place where they had, nude strippers and stuff, and the things went on there.
Well, I do. I love a stripper.
Oh, I know you do.
Yeah, but I don't like them touching me, though.
You don't like the sweat and the oil and stuff?
Yeah, because, my clothes are dry clean only. So just putting all your baby oil and stuff rubbed up against me is not really a situation for me. But I do enjoy looking at them. But you know what? I'm excited about today's show, though, because we have some amazing people on here that's going to talk to us about sex. So I'm excited to learn something new today about sex and maybe about me. Maybe I might go out and try it.
Our first guest is Shaniqua Sharp. She's a marriage and family therapist who specializes in sex. Hey, Shaniqua.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, Shaniqua. Therapist. That's what I think I might need. Because, you know, like I said,
You
sex
definitely
really.
do.
I don't
ahead.
need your co-signing. You know, sex really just makes me uncomfortable with a conversation of sex. So, like, what's your thoughts on my situation?
It just depends. Sometimes it's societal stigma. Sometimes it's how you're raised, about your view and your experience of sex. You understand what I'm saying? So I was raised that sex was dirty, you know, because I was a Christian and brought up in the Christian community. Any of the girls who suck, you know, can we be raw?
Yeah,
Suck
that's
dick. Then those are the nasty girls. But who said that they were nasty? Because guess what? All the boys trying to get with the girls that suck the dick. So it just depends on your mindset, your experience, and how you were raised.
Now, it's a term that gets thrown around a lot, which I think that a lot of people don't understand is what is being asexual. And like to me, I understood asexual to being that you just didn't want to have sex or nothing, period. Like you don't want to, like you're not attracted to, like, believe me.
Right.
Yeah, I
That's
like
what I
men.
thought.
You know, I do like men, honey. I like to be laid up with a man. I like all that stuff. But just the sex part of it is just you know, is not a thing for me.
So wait, are you queasy in like relationships or squirmish, I guess the word would be? Like when you're with a guy, do you feel kind of like you don't want to talk about it, or are you bashful taking your clothes off? Like I'm trying to...
Oh no, honey, I enjoy all my thickness and I'm my bashful taking my damn clothes off.
So you're not like one-on-one, you're not like bashful.
Well, first I'm asking her a question. Thank you.
Well, I just wanted to know.
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Well, right now we're talking about
You
asexual.
see how he pivoted from the question?
Well, because I'm trying to ask her about asexual, and I don't want her to lose her.
Go ahead,
train of thought.
therapist.
So yeah, so people think that asexual just like know nothing about sex. So what is asexual?
Asexual is actually you have no desire to have sex. It doesn't mean that you don't have intimacy, that you don't have like longing to be with someone and a partner. It just means that you don't have the desire to actually have sexual intercourse.
Well, that sounds like you.
There's nothing wrong. There's a lot of people who are asexual who rarely have sexual intercourse. And so there's nothing wrong with that.
Now, do those because people feel that if you ain't out here having sex, you have a lower quality of life, that you can't live a full life without having sex, and you know, what's your stance on that?
According to research, sex has a lot of benefits as far as health benefits. It helps to reduce stress.
Living longer.
Okay. Living longer, it helps with the heart condition. It helps to even increase the bond and the intimacy that you have with your partners, which can, you know, cultivate a longer life. For me, and it's statistic, it helps to relieve headaches because I suffer from migraines. So, you know, some of the things you're missing out on because you're not engaging in actual sexual intercourse, but it's not necessary, Derek.
So
honestly, it's not.
So Shaniqua, you be like, damn, my head hurt. Let me go get some dick. And your hair feel better?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right.
You done fucking aspirin, honey. We gonna go ahead and get some dick.
Yes.
I'm with it, girl.
Right. Yes. Because even when you self-pleasure, the headache doesn't subside as it does with having that intimacy or that sexual contact with your partner.
Another person. So Shaniqua, are you single?
I am single.
Now, when you're looking for a little something to fix your headache, and I don't mean Advil, where do you go to get that? Do you have like somebody on speed dial? Do you have like, you know, your go-to person or person?
Yes, I do. I do. And I don't know, some people call it casual sex. Some people call it friends with benefits, whatever you call it. But right now, where I am in my life with my self-care, I don't choose to have a relationship. Okay. So I do have a person that I do call, or we can call each other that is mutual, that we can first talk about sex, because like you say, who wants to talk about sex? All right. So I do have that individual that we actually talk about sex because we're not in a relationship. And so my thing is that you have to know your partner in order to be pleased.
Now, what does that conversation
make
look like? When you're ready for something, what do you call and say? Like, what are your words? Like, what do you say?
I got a headache.
Do you
Well,
speaking code like that?
No, I just tell them, look, I have, well, I guess I do. Look, I have a headache. I'm stressed out, and I need to fuck. Just
That's what you say.
point blank, right? Because we have that
Talk about direct.
communication. Hey, my thing is, I'm not shooting around. I'm not sugarcoating it. We know that what we're here for, why we're connected. And so my thing is when you see my number, you know what it's about.
Now, when we talked to Shaniqua before, she talked to us about all of these different things.
Well, we're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into that. But we do have a guest online that we want to
Okay.
talk to, because we want to talk about your first experience.
Yes.
Yeah, and we want to talk about your
Yes.
first experience. So, Shaniqua, we ain't talking about your first experience. We're going to come back to your first experience, but we have one of our guests online that we want to talk to, because we'll talk about your first experience, and we want to see what's that all about. So we have Chris online. So we want to bring Chris up. There we go. Hey, Chris.
Hey, what's happening, y'all? How y'all doing?
Hey, how
We
you
good.
doing?
How are you, Chris?
I'm good. I'm good.
I might, Chris, hey.
Now, Chris, before we jump in, how do you identify? What are your pronouns? What are your chosen pronouns?
I mean, I'm just Chris, but I'm a lesbian.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Chris, you might make me want to get a girlfriend.
Come on now. You where it's at, man. You
Well,
heard me?
Chris, do you like them soft
We
and
where it's
dainty?
at, you heard me?
Chris, do you like them soft and dainty?
I do. I love them soft and dainty.
Okay, but you may stand a chance.
And feminine and
Well,
cute.
All those things that I am. Okay,
All the things. Yeah.
so Chris, we're talking about sex. Sex is not a conversation people like to talk about freely and all that good stuff, but we're here to kind of bring it to the forefront to have these kind of conversations. And we want to talk about first experiences, right? I don't know about the lesbian world, so.
And I don't either. And I think a lot of times people think that because we're all under that same umbrella of LGBTQ plus, LMNOP,
Right.
all of that stuff. I think that people think that we know everything about each other. And I really can say that there's very little that I know about the lesbian community.
So, with that being said, my first question to you is this. Your first experience, was that with a man or was it with a woman?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of, that's a hard question for me, just in the sense of, my first physical encounter with a woman, I was like 5 years old.
Okay.
And my first, physical sexual encounter with a man was when I was 17. So I don't really, for me, because I'm a lesbian, for me, it was 5 years old. But if you ask me what was my first sexual encounter with a man, it would have been when I was 17.
Now,
So-
was your sexual encounter with a man when you were 17 was because you felt like that was something you were supposed to do, or you were feeling peer pressure or a thing, or you was like, let me try it, let me see if this is what I like or if I don't like it?
I think it wasn't no peer pressure, but for everything else you said. So basically it was because I was raised to be with a man. I wanted to actually try it. I had never been, I'm a nasty motherfucker, really.
Right.
But so I'm a try, I'm a trying person. So at the age of 17, I had no physical attraction to a man outside. I would be attracted to feminine ways of a man. So like more of a gay man versus a masculine man, because I have more masculinity to me. So I'm attracted to the opposite of it.
So let me ask this,
when-
Chris.
Go ahead.
So were you starting to have those feelings already here that you were a lesbian or that you were attracted to women? I know that your first experience with a man was 17, but did you already kind of know?
Yeah, I knew all my life.
Okay.
I knew from when I was real young.
Okay.
You heard me? I knew I was gay as hell.
Right.
Did
you ever have an experience with a feminine gay guy? Because you said you were attracted to feminine
yeah,
men.
I told
Really?
you I'm nasty. So yeah.
You
So
said she
all
nasty.
that, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have a boyfriend. You understand what I'm saying? Because that was the only way it was gonna work out. I don't mind. What we put out there in the streets is, what we look like is what we look like. But sexually, I'm a real, sexual person, and sexually, I'm an aggressor naturally. So I have to be able to aggress for the most part. You know,
so
sexually.
that leads me into my next question. So in this experience that you had with this gay man, were you the aggressor? Which yes, the answer is. So did you kind of like take control? And
Oh yeah.
And was it a heterosexual encounter, or were you, or was he the bottom in the relationship?
Nah, he was definitely the bottom.
Oh.
Yeah, he was definitely the bottom. And we was actually engaged, but I did that. It was pressure because I grew up having to be. I grew up with the expectation of being with a man.
Right.
So I felt like, okay, if I got to be with a man, he got to be able to be my woman. And that was the only way it was going to really work.
That's interesting. Pause
And
right
so-
there. If he was going to be my man, he was going to have to be able to be my woman. Did
Yeah.
you catch that?
I hope my mama watching this because mama is hope for me. I can still get me a girlfriend.
So,
Yeah,
so in
he
other
was-
words, what I'm hearing you say then, when you guys were engaging in sex, it was basically pegging.
It was, I guess, whatever pegging is. It's pegging.
Are you familiar with pegging?
No, I'm not. Are you, Shaniqua? I know you're feeling with pegging.
She says she's not familiar. So it's basically when a woman actually penetrates the man.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely the penetrator.
Shaniqua, did you want to chime in?
Shaniqua, are you familiar with pegging, Shaniqua?
I am.
Is that something you indulged in?
Myself, for a man, yes.
Okay.
And see, now here's the thing. Our crew is heterosexual men. Now, a lot of them may not want to admit this, but that's a thing. And what I try
It
to
is.
explain to straight black men especially, because sometimes they're so hard to teach. But
Amen.
the reality is a man's, whether you're straight, gay, bisexual, whatever, a man's erogenous zone is in his ass, right? So just because he
Exactly.
enjoys anal play from a woman doesn't mean he wants it from a man. And that doesn't make
Correct.
you gay.
That's very true. And I just want to, I hate all of the limitations and the traditions
Yeah.
and the expectations that are placed on, people.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't do like the humans, because the human mind state is so, I live in a different universe from the shit.
Right.
And so, whatever your sexual preference is, if you want a tongue in your asshole, or you want some, I'm sorry, I don't want to be, I'm a cusser.
That's-
So I'm
you fine.
real blunt. If you want some dick, you know what I'm saying? If you want to play in chocolate milk, or you want to damn, float around in fucking Jello, or whatever the case may be, what turns you on, that's your business.
Right.
It's not for other people. It's not for other people to judge those things, but the humans. It's the humans, because older folks have set certain traditions
Right.
and force different beliefs,
On people.
have forced different traditions on us.
Right.
You understand
And
what
to
I'm
add
saying?
to that
And-
point, because I've said this before, black men especially, again, regardless of sexuality, are expected to be linear. We're not supposed to
Right.
experiment in fashion. We're not supposed to experiment with our hair, whether it's a certain haircut or hair color or whatever. We're expected to just be linear. We're not supposed to have emotion.
Now, Shaniqua, Chris tell us about some of her attractions. For you, well, have you dibbled in the lady pond before?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Only because
Yeah, that's
it's not my
right.
desire. I wanted to just to see, but I talked to my sister who has a wife, and she was like, "Shay, you don't experiment with people's emotions, because it's very serious. I just wanted to see, just to have the experience,
Right.
but because I didn't want to hurt someone
Right.
because of what I wanted to do, because I had no desire to be with a woman. I just wanted to, have
Test
that
the water.
experience to,
Yeah.
check off, the bucket list. And so I was very close. I've kissed, I've hunched, I did all that, but not actual intercourse. Okay. And it was only because I'm very verbal and I communicate a lot with people. Because my thing is that if I have no intention on being with Chris, why would I engage in a sexual encounter to please myself?
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? The thing about it is, because
you can't, but that's another thing. You have people who associate emotion with sex.
Right.
Because sometimes I can look at you and say, I just want to fuck you. I don't want nothing else. You understand what I'm saying? That's all right. Because you have people, you have lesbians like me. I'll just casually fuck sometimes. Sometimes I don't want, a lot of the time I don't want emotion involved. I'm too busy for the shit a lot of time, and I know I can't get into it.
But let me tell you what you missed though, Chris. What Shanika trying to say, what I try to say is that it's so good you gonna get emotional. She gonna make you love her, and she don't want to put that on you, and then you be all you be messed up in the game.
You be balled up.
You be balled up in the corner.
Yeah.
or vice versa.
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa.
Right. Chris,
Shanika can fuck around and get fucked up in the game as well.
Right.
Look, and that phone call that should be making, and that phone call that should be making going forward with a woman.
I got a headache.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Chris, I have a question for you. So, are you single right now?
I'm single some days, not so single others.
So, I know you said when you first started having sexual experiences, you were attracted to feminine men. What type of woman are you attracted to?
No. I was attracted to women. I've been attracted to women
all
my life.
She dealt with a man because
women all my life. I tried the man situation, but it was with the feminine man.
So, what type of woman are you attracted to?
Feminine, like I'm talking about feminine, about her damn business. I guess stable, kind of crazy because I'm kind of crazy. Just a solid, good woman. So, I go hard. I'm real driven.
Yeah.
So somebody who can match that, I'm attracted to that one.
Well, she also has to be nasty too, because you said you nasty.
She gotta be nasty as fuck. Like I'm talking about, and if she don't come nasty,
you gotta be teachable.
Okay with growing into being that, because I can make her nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that she has to come to me that way, but
you can mold her.
Definitely open, definitely sexually open.
So Chris, when you say nasty, what do you mean by that? And then Shaniqua, I want to come to you and I want to hear some of the techniques that you shared with us before.
Like no limitations, really. I like my strap suck my strap. Like I like you to go back and forth from my clit to my strap.
Oh.
Fuck me. Like, I like the real nasty shit. Like I don't want nasty for me is open, ready for whatever. And I'm the type of person my woman gotta be like that with me. Cause if she not like that, I'm gonna go get it.
Shaniqua, I think Derek is over here getting a little moist.
No, I wasn't. I was okay till she started talking about that clit. I was like, oh Lord, Jesus.
And going back and forth from the clit to the strap.
Yeah, like be about whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
like know how to fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Shaniqua.
Okay, hold on,
Chris.
Now, Chris got revved up. Chris, I might have somebody for you.
Shaniqua, people are having sex, but then when it's time to get into bed, they have a lot of hang-ups about, like people are really just missionary style or things that is just real basic in and out. Why so many hang-ups that people have?
They don't talk about it. All right. They just go into it. And like, what Chris was saying, nasty. Who said it was nasty? Who said it was nasty? Why can't it just be something that we do that we like to do? Mm-hmm. And so when you put that stigma nasty, then most people, I don't want to be nasty. Mm-hmm. Why can't you just say that, hey, I want to communicate that, hey, I want to try this. I want to enhance our sexual experience. I want us to get to the next level of, an orgasm. I want to have you to come like you've never come before. Why does it have to be nasty? That's the problem in society today, that we consider sex as nasty.
And see, that's what I was kind of getting at. That's what I was kind of.
Who are these people that's considering sex as nasty? I need y'all to burn them out, because I don't meet people that feel like sex is nasty. Like I don't know. And even with the term,
I'm not gonna say that I feel that sex is nasty. I'm not gonna say that I feel sex nasty, but it's like I do have the thing about it. It's just
what is the thing about sex? Because like we were talking about earlier, that a lot of heterosexual men do not like to engage in oral sex. However, the experience that I have had with heterosexual men is that I explain to them, and I'm fixing to bring out my little things. I explain to them that, this is where your number one G-spot is. And so long as you talk to them and you be gentle, okay, like I said before, I normally talk to them, I explain, we discuss it, and I start off with a finger. Okay, make sure you use your condoms, because you don't want to get, shit underneath your nails, because most heterosexual men are not going to prep. They're not going to prep.
Not even prepping.
Okay?
Shaniqua, some of them don't even clean their asses properly when they shower.
What you said. And so therefore, my thing is that with me, I'm very open. I don't mind after my friend comes from the gym, he's sweaty, or we went on a hike, or we went on zip lining. That I will go down in a hot New York minute, hot Atlanta minute, or whatever, and I will.
You sucking that dick sweaty.
Fuck that dick.
Right.
That's what I'm talking
about. All right, Shaniqua.
Why? Because that excites them.
Shaniqua, you better suck
if
on
it's
that
always
musty dick.
routine. If it's always routine, who wants that?
Exactly.
Oh, I know she's going to get up, go to the shower, she's going to wash, she's going to do that. By that time, your mind is already, in a different mode. If he comes in and you're like, bam, right at the door, you just kneel down, worship that Pinot God, okay, and you suck it for just a couple of minutes.
Do what? Just suck it for
just a couple of minutes.
But Shaniqua, let me say this.
And then you walk away. Guess what? They gonna follow you.
Let me say this, because it's interesting that you say that, because when you pulled out that little rubber piece on your finger, a lot of black men would have gone upside your head. You go towards his ass with that. Straight black men. Here's
communication.
The thing. I had a conversation with a straight friend of mine, and I said to him, because I really do think that straight black men in particular miss out on a lot of great, amazing things. Like, most straight black men don't even get their ass ate by the woman that they're with.
No.
One, y'all don't clean yourselves properly. But then two, they're not even open to it, because again, black men are expected to be linear. That's even in sex.
Now, we heard about y'all likes. Both Chris and Shaniqua. But Chris, what are some of your dislikes when it comes to sex?
Yeah.
Or do you have any dislikes?
I don't do penetration. I don't like it. I've tried it like a few times. I can come from, because I know how to come. But as far as really enjoying penetration, I don't.
Right.
I am more of a penetration, because I started at 5. I dated an older woman when I was 12.
I was about to say, girl, dated an older woman when you was 5. I said, that girl, now how you dating an older woman at 5?
What in the R. Kelly is that one on here?
You say 12. Now, so when 12, so what's an older woman at 12? Like 15?
At the time, she was 16, but she turned 17 and she bought me my first strap. So I literally, from the age of 12 to now, I've been strapping. It's a lifestyle for me.
Right.
So, at the end of the day, sex is very mental. It's not, you feel it. Yeah, you feel the physical, but it's more mental than anything. And for me, mentally, physically, I don't like dick penetrate me. But mentally, physically, I love to get at dick. So that's like my favorite part. So like if I had to say what's my favorite part of sex, is giving that jug, because I don't know, like I love everything about that, you know. And I guess I don't think that there's really anything else that I can say that I don't really like about sex. I mean, I eat pussy, I eat ass, I'm sexual. So I'm whatever we can do out. And matter of fact, I think I'm fucking future sexual, more sexual, not asexual, because I want to indulge in it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I want to play in the shit. I want to like study.
Shaniqua, the same question for you now. Do you have any dislikes sexually?
When I'm giving or head, that you hold my head. Don't do that, because it just turns me off. Let me do me, because 9 out of 10 times we've already discussed, you know, what you like. As a matter of fact, one of the things that I do is I want to see, you know, my partner masturbate. I want to watch him masturbate so that I can see, how do you like it? Do you like it stroked from the balls? Do you like it stroked from the top? You know, what are you doing when you get ready to come? You know, so that I can be aware, so that I can do that either with my hand, with my mouth, or whatever. So if you push my head down and make me gag, then it's a done deal. I'm done.
So
that's
this is what I wanted to know from Derek earlier. Are you able to have those kinds of conversations, to say what you like, or to discuss like sexual acts openly?
Well, you know, this conversation goes more deeper than just sex. I haven't been in those type of relationships either. So
right.
I can't say yes or no.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. And, you know, one of the things that you said, Chris, that kind of reminded me of something that I did not know. Again, it speaks to the divide between the gay community and the lesbian community. You said that you don't enjoy being penetrated. And I thought that was the case for most, quote unquote, studs, if you will. But that's not necessarily the case. I've met some studs.
Well, it isn't some, though. Some studs like to be fucked.
Absolutely.
I fucked with a stud before, another aggressive woman. Sexually, they can be very fun, you know, because they don't feel like, in the lesbian world, it used to not be okay because they set so many limitations. It used to not be okay for an aggressive woman to like dick.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with an aggressive woman liking dick. You understand what I'm saying? Because whatever her sexual preference is her sexual preference sexually. But, you know, it's prejudice within even our community to a degree, because it's some people who won't even respect you because they know that you like your woman fucking you as an aggressive woman.
And you know, the parallel to that is in the gay world, where a masculine perceived guy should not want to be penetrated. It's the same thing. You know, oftentimes gay men look at a masculine man as weak or whatever if he wants to be fucked.
Well, so we're talking about all this sex. We're talking about sex, and doing what you like, what you dislike, all that good stuff. But let's talk about how you even prepare for it. So, like, let's talk about just the hygiene of sex. So, I will start with you, Chris. From your standpoint, is it more important for you to prepare, or for your woman to prepare, or you don't give a damn?
Or both?
I was taught if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Right.
Amen.
So for me, I like to fuck. So I wear my strap. When I'm doing business, I don't, but I wear my strap. I'm always prepared for sex. Hygiene-wise, I mean, I take showers, wash my ass every day.
Right.
Wash my dick every day. So I'm not, you know, hygiene-wise, I'm always ready. I will say that as far as my woman or the woman I'm dealing with or being with, I like my pussy all kind of ways. I like it fresh out the shower. I like it straight from the gym, like Shaniqua was saying. I like sweaty pussy, after work pussy, fresh pussy, in the kitchen pussy, like pussy everywhere. I want every
You're just like pussy.
season of that pussy. I want it. You understand what I'm saying? So, cause I'm like a dog with it. I sniff that motherfucker. So I'm not real hygiene wise. As long as my hygiene is, don't come over here with no STDs.
Right.
And I not know about that, or we haven't discussed that, or, you know, that's more of what is more important as far as hygiene.
Right.
A pussy gonna be a pussy though. So I expect that motherfucker not gonna smell like a garden all the time. Anybody who know pussy know this. You know what I'm saying? So if you meet a female and she always like, you know, her pussy smells so good, it's always perfumey, flowery. She got yeast infections. I don't like that. I like natural pussy smell.
Not yeast
So,
infections.
like,
Chris, make it plain for us.
I'm making it real plain.
Yes, you are.
Because a lot of them, this is shit that they don't talk about and they feel
That is
uncomfortable
true. Because I thought you
talking
supposed to smell
about
like
the
flowers
real
all the
of it.
time.
I'm a female, so I pay attention to a woman. If a woman using buku perfume or whatever, and she using all this different shit on her pussy, I don't want her.
She's covering
I don't
something
want
up.
her because that's not the way you properly care for a pussy. See, that's the other thing in the lesbian community. A lot of women don't even know how to properly prep the pussy,
Absolutely.
take care of pussy. You understand what I'm saying? And for me, I love pussy, so I major in it. So it's like, okay, you know, I'm looking at that motherfucker, and if it's ready for me, it's wet, ready, and clean in the sense of you're STD free. You don't have any like strong smells because women have smells to them.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But you can distinguish as a woman. I can smell a woman yeast infection. I can smell an STD. I can smell it. And especially if I do the test on them, I know what's up. I love to eat pussy, but I'm not a pussy eater with every woman. I eat the pussy that when I know where it's been and I'm familiar with it. I don't just eat different people's pussy, but I will give you that dick.
Wait, hold on one second, Chris. Wait, hold on one second, Chris. So, but Shaniqua, for a woman that has to get her nether regions ready, what does that look like?
I get the feeling that Kristen turned some girls away before.
Right. Well, what does that look like, Shaniqua?
So for me, a lot of women douche. I don't believe in douching, only because that does, take away your natural
pH.
your natural juices. Okay. So a lot of people say, oh, I douche or whatever. I don't recommend it. I grew up douching or whatever, but as I learned as a therapist, you don't douche. What you do is because, and Chris, I have to disagree, Chris. My pussy is always fresh and it is always ready and it ain't based on no perfume. You know why? Because I eat healthy, I juice, I do pineapples, I do berries, I do whatever. So yes, my pussy does taste fresh and juicy. Drinking a lot of water, okay? With that, your pussy will taste like what you eat. So it's a lot to do with what you eat and what you put inside of your body. So if that pussy is rank, then they probably not eating properly in the first place.
So Shaniqua, let me ask you this. You said earlier that you're okay with your guy sometimes to be fresh from the gym and you like a little must on the nuts. Will you give the pussy away with a little must on it? Or you got to be fresh out the shower?
I will, yes. Because my thing is sometimes, hey, we're both coming from the gym or we're both coming from hiking. And hey, you got to get in where you fit in. And with my current partner, he is very, he really likes oral sex. I mean, why? I don't know, but I don't care. The thing about it is that I'm gonna be disclosed just yesterday, after a training session, hey, he wiped it off. But my thing is that we were sweaty. We did what we did. He stuck it in and he stuck it in my mouth right after it came out of my nice, fresh pineapple vagina.
That's hot. I like that kind of foolishness.
Wait,
okay. And the thing about it is that I asked him this morning, I said, babe, so why did you want me to put it in my mouth once you started to come? He said, because it's exciting. He said, I wanted you to take it all in or whatever. So my other question to him was, so did you want me to suck it while it was in or did you just want me to hold it in my mouth?
Because you want to have understanding. You want to understand.
Exactly. Because that was
our partner. Clarity is our friend.
Exactly. That was a different experience because he was like, babe, put it in your mouth. I was like, okay, no questions asked. I just put it in my mouth, but I wasn't for sure what to do after that. So I sucked it a little, but then I wasn't for sure because, he was, it was exciting.
He was releasing.
And so he was like, exactly. He
so
was
you like a
babe,
little milkshake.
That was,
oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and I think,
Wait.
I think that's exciting for him.
Shaniqua and Chris, I think I learned more about pussy today than I need to learn.
Chris, I really enjoyed you. You have made the day for me.
Wait, Chris, where are you at, Chris?
I'm in Atlanta, but I'm from New Orleans.
You know what? So listen, Chris, Shaniqua, I want to thank you guys both for having the conversation with us, sharing your experiences with us, and being as candid as you guys are. We really appreciate it, and I'm sure somebody's going to learn from this conversation.
Absolutely. That's what this is about. I mean, part of the reason that we started doing these conversations is to bridge communities, and this is what you've definitely done today. Shanika, you had something you wanted to say?
I just wanted to share one more thing for those women out there that are involved with heterosexual men. My thing is, talk about it. There's things like you start off with your finger. You have the little toys to, help them to get comfortable with anal sex.
That's an anal plug.
Yeah, I mean, they go all the way up. Okay. The thing about it is that until they become familiar and that you talk about it, then it's going to be a stigma. When I say that my previous friend, he was like, I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't know if it was exciting. I don't know if it was whatever. And this is the toy that I use with him.
So you had put that in his butt.
Right, but we talked about it before, but it was so intense that he was like, I don't know what the fuck to feel. He was like, it was so intense, it was so emotional. But because of the stigmatism in society, he was like, fuck.
He didn't want to enjoy it. He didn't want to allow himself to enjoy it.
He enjoyed it so much that he said it was the best experience he ever had.
So you did that when he was ejaculating. Is that what happened?
Well, what happened is, over the course of, our foreplay or whatever, stuck my finger with the condom, went from, each one of the little plugs so that it would be, equivalent to this, stuck it in, turned it on while he was inside of me. And when I say he was shaking, he was like, ugh, like he was having a fucking seizure.
You were massaging that prostate.
Greg Craig.
Exactly. And he was like, I have never experienced that ever before.
Well, can you send some of those butt plugs to Derek? This is how you get warmed up.
We already had this conversation, and Craig, Shaniqua, now we ready for that demonstration conversation we talked about. So we can't wait to get you for that demonstration conversation. And Chris.
But you gotta talk about it. Communication is the key in order to have the best sexual experience. And when I say that, I do have what they call casual sex because I'm not wanting a relationship, but I have the best sexual encounters ever. When I say, and to be safe, Chris, I do stay with one partner. We communicate a lot, he's watched me masturbate. I've watched him masturbate, we talk about everything, hey babe, can I lick your ass? Can I stick my tongue in your ass? However, like we say, men are not hygienic, heterosexual men. And so you have to be willing to get a little shit on your tongue.
Oh my God!
Shaniqua, I was with you to that point. We're going to leave that. We're going to stop that conversation right there, ladies. I want to say thank you guys so much, and we appreciate having you. And Chris, when I see you out, don't be acting funny, okay?
Yes.
I'm not. Thank you for having me.
No,
thank you so much, Chris.
All right, bye, boy. All right, bye, girl. Bye.
Bye. I'm sure you learned some shit today.
Oh, I learned some shit. I've learned a lot today. A lot more than what I wanted to know about.
Oh, my God.
But that's what these are about.
And
then hopefully next time you come back and see us, you'll learn some more stuff.
Absolutely. Listen, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you for being here, supporting us, and listening to these conversations.
I'm Derek J.
And I'm Craig the Writer Stewart.
And this is Gay Like Me Conversations.
Bye. That Chris is wide open, and I love it.
I would probably date Chris.
I think you should.
Yeah, she'll probably turn me up. I don't know if I'm ready.
You need a strong man in your life. You're a hell of a woman. You're a strong black woman, and you need a man like Chris to get you in your place.
I will accept that.